Hi, today I'll be talking about Frank Lloyd Wright. He was born in 1867 and died in 1959. He was a famous architect. A little bit of background about him is he had very little schooling. He attended high school but never graduated. After that, he worked and studied at the University of Wisconsin, and he had a job in the engineering department, which set him up for future jobs. After working at the University of Wisconsin, he left to Chicago because there were several job opportunities at architect firms there. He worked alongside Elder and Sullivan. They were very high up architect companies. Later in life, he got married to Catherine, and they decided to build their first home. He was the one who built their first home. After that, he decided to open his own firm instead of working alongside Sullivan. During his career, he left building architects and buildings and homes to become a writer and lecturer. He published a few writings also. Some of the people that influenced him were Louis Sullivan, which I just talked about. He worked alongside him at the university. He was a famous architect, and Wright wanted to be just as great as Sullivan was. The second person who influenced him was Williams Morris. Frank learned how to furnish and decorate interiors by looking him up and learning about how he did it. So he took after him on those two aspects. The third was Henry. He led poetry, and he did writing, and he was part of the Transcendentalist movement in this 19th century, which is a movement that taught divinity pervades all nature and humanity. Also, something else that influenced him was nature. That was a big part of his architect. His whole idea was to, whatever building he was building, to incorporate the nature that was around it. And the piece that I talk about in my video, or in my paper, is Falling Waters. And this shows that the cantilever, which is something projecting, and it's supported by only one end. Here you can see that there's several vertical and horizontal lines in his architect. The horizontal lines, such as the stream flowing down below the ground, that it's level with the ground, and then the formations of the rock around it. The vertical lines, such as the trees, he has these vertical columns. The waterfall falling from the rocks is also the vertical lines in his architect. What he is known for is his prairie houses, and it's his trademark, and it's his idea of blending nature into his work. He has open interior. He has lots of windows, and the roofs tend to extend and like go towards the ground. And that's all I have. Thank you.